Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues. Mr. President, I listened attentively to the presenter or the sponsor of this bill, my very good friend, Senator Agadad. Mr. President, let us not be a laughingstock. As far back as 2007, 2006, the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of late Umar Musa Eradua of blessed memory, established what we call Ministry of Niger Delta. And that ministry is given the sole responsibility of providing infrastructure and developing the Niger Delta. In addition to that, Mr. President, we have the NNDC Commission. And we all hailed the establishment of, or the setting up of NNDC Commission. Mr. President, I'm surprised that we are now bringing another commission, which I see as a duplication of effort, overlapping functions. Mr. President, inasmuch as I want to support this bill, I will find it very difficult because parliamentary practice does not allow this. You set up a commission, you have rules, regulations, and guidelines set up that, and then you come and duplicate it with another commission. Look, it would have been better if the sponsor of the bill, Senator Asuko Epeyong, come up with an amendment on the Niger Delta Commission. It will be more acceptable to the Senate and indeed the National Assembly. So on this note, Mr. President, I see no reason why we should support the second reading of this bill, because it will amount to duplication, it will amount to waste of resources, it will amount to making the National Assembly to be a laughingstock that we don't know what we are doing. So in essence, I will say that I reject the presentation of this bill. Thank you, Mr. President.
And I represent Bauchi Central, Bauchi State. Mr. President, by my practice in the Parliament and my personal spirit, I hardly speak against a bill prepared by a member of the Senate or the House. And you recall, I was the chairman Niger Delta crisis in the House for 3 very good years. And I was also involved in presenting to the House then the issue of amnesty to the Niger Delta. I was also a co-sponsor of the Niger Delta Development Corporation. So everything about me is Niger Delta, true and true, except that I'm not from there. I've been to Niger Delta through crannies several times in the course of my assignment as a legislator. And I had cause also to visit some European countries, all on the issue of making sure that Niger Delta gets its fair dues. Having said that, I look at the bill and I look at the objectives of this bill. For me, when you take, nobody is on the chair, so let me tarry a while. So when you take the NDDC law and try to compare it with the laws presented here, there are no difference at all. There are no difference. So I would like the sponsor of the bill, even though he's not here, by some of my friends from the Niger Delta here, it is important that this bill is stood down for further consultation, because I don't want us to go out with a reasoning that some of us are against Niger Delta, and far, far from that. I want this particular bill, in my opinion, stood down, and then we consult amongst ourselves, and then possibly come up with any amendment, like suggested by Senator Alero, on the NDDC bill, so that we give them what they desire, we give them what they deserve, because they deserve much, much more than what they are getting. It is important for me to say that on record, but it is not right, after having these intervention programs, to now come up with another one. It makes people feel as if something is amiss. I beg that this bill stood down, that Suko and Co, some of us will put our heads together and come up with a solution to this program. I think that is, in my opinion, that is the best way going forward.
So, distinguished colleagues.
Bill 2024 SB 358. Sponsor, Senator Asuko Ekpenyong, Cross River South, and all South senators. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, permit me, on behalf of Senator Asuko and other South senators, to lead the debate on the general principles of the bill for an act to establish the South-South Development Commission, charged with the responsibility to receive, manage funds from the Federation account allocation and other sources, donations, grants, aids for the integration, development, resolution of infrastructural deficit, militancy, communal crisis, as well as tackle ecological, environmental problems, and for related matters. This bill was read for the first time in this chamber on Thursday, 22nd February 2024. The bill seeks to provide for the establishment of South-South Development Commission to act as a catalyst to address socio-economic issues, climate change crisis, environmental degradation, ecological challenges occasioned by oil exploration in the region, among others. The South-South geopolitical zone comprises of the following states: Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta State, Edo, and River State. The main objectives of the bill are: A, formulate policies and guidelines for the establishment of the South-South region. B, conceive, plan, and implement in accordance with the set rules and regulations projects and programs for sustainable development of the South-South states in the field of transportation, including roads, health, education, employment, agriculture, industrialization, housing and urban development, water supply, electricity, and telecommunications. C, cause the South-South states to be surveyed in order to ascertain the measures which are necessary to promote its fiscal and socio-economic development. D, prepare master plans and schemes designed to promote the fiscal development of the South-South states and the estimates of the cost of implementing such master plans and schemes. E, implement all the measures approved for the development of the South-South states by the federal government and the member states of the Commission. F, identify factors inhibiting the development of the South-South states and assist the member states in the formulation and implementation of policies to ensure sound and efficient management of the resources of the South-South states. G, assess and report on any project being funded or carried out in the South-South states by mineral extracting and mining companies, oil and gas producing companies, and any other company, including non-governmental organizations, and ensure that funds released for such projects are properly utilized. H, tackle ecological and environmental problems that arise from the extraction, mining of solid minerals, exploration of oil minerals in the South-South states, and advise the federal government and the member states on the prevention and control of oil spillages, gas flaring, and environmental pollution, etc. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the enactment of this bill will help to reposition the South-South region, which is the hub of the nation's main sources of revenue for development, in line with the demands of the 21st century, and provide opportunity for engagement of the youth to check issues of restiveness in the region. In line with Order 763 of our standing orders, the financial expenditure, the financial compendium for the establishment of this commission is hereby attached. Distinguished colleagues, I hereby urge my colleagues to support this bill for the second reading. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Agadaga, for tabling the lead debate on behalf of Senator Ekponyo. I now yield the floor to Senator Alero to...
Bill be stood down for further consultations. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So the bill is hereby stood down for further consultation. Leader of the Senate.